Hey folks, it is Kurt and Emily, and we are live with Feature Friday on a Tuesday. Hey folks, it's Kurt and Emily here with LifterLMS, and this week on Feature Friday, we wanted to bring you a really interesting feature or something that you can break out in your site that's got a lot of use case examples. In fact, I use it on one of my own websites to promote a book that I had written. So what do you do when you have a ton of courses or just a ton of content? But in this case, we're talking about courses, a ton of courses, and you don't want to just list them all out willy-nilly on the course catalog and have people be confused or not know where to find stuff. You want to be able to break things into chunks. You want to be able to break things into things that make sense. And for that, we're going to talk about breaking our course catalogs into category segments. Does that make sense? Did I say that right, Will?
Yeah, totally. Let me pull up my screen share. And so, like Kurt said, we're going to talk about categories. There's so many ways that you can use categories in LifterLMS. And they apply to courses, and I think they also apply to memberships. You can do membership categories as well. But the primary use case for categories, and let me zoom in a little bit so you can see my screen a little clearer. The primary use case is going to be either for separating based on like this demo site has saving a technology, things like that, to make your catalog more easy to view. Or you might have different types of courses that you offer. So for this example, let me go to categories, and I'm just going to clear these out. We're going to create categories from scratch. Let's delete the ones I had there. We're going to do like an online, virtual, and in-person courses. So let's say we have online passive. We'll just call it passive, something like that. So these are going to be courses people can take at any point in time. Courses that you are taking in person, or not in person, but with somebody over Zoom, maybe.
Yeah, virtual live.
Virtual live, and then we'll do an in-person category, and then we'll show you how you can use these in person. And so this is 3 different categories of courses I can have. Then what I'll do is visit my courses area here, and let's say that these 2 are going to be in the in-person category, update, and then we'll put the next 2 in the, or next 3 in the online passive courses you can take at any point in time. And then let's throw some down here into the virtual live. So now I have some courses in each of my categories, and I can separate them on the front end of my website. So when users visit my website, they can easily tell and navigate around to find the courses that are going to work for them. So if we visit the appearance menus area, we can add categories directly to our menu. And I'm in the SkyPilot theme, so I might actually need to do this in the block editor too. But let me just try real quick to say my categories for, is it course categories? I don't know if they're showing up here. Course categories. I need to click at the top to make sure my course categories appear.
Yep.
So let's add these 3 to my menu. And let's say I have a courses page somewhere. It's all the way up here at the top. I'm going to remove these menu items because those are the categories I deleted. But I'll have an all courses page, and I'll have a page for each of my categories. So remove all those, and then we'll bring our online passive course, just bring it a little higher, and then I'll move it again. Just do this, and then scroll up a little more. This is actually supposed to go in here. There we go. So I've got my courses, my in-person, online, passive, and virtual live. Let's see what this looks like on the front end. So I have my courses, and it's showing the old.
And then we'll go to the edit site and do it all over again.
Do it all over again. I'm just going to reinsert the menu. But yeah, the full site editor adds some layers to this. So let's add the header. Let's go to the group. Let's go to my row. And then I'm in this row. Let's just go ahead and delete the navigation. Delete it. Delete. Okay. So now let's do a navigation item. If you're using a full site editor theme, you might need to do this, and you might already be familiar with this. Full site editor themes are the like LifterLMS SkyPilot, WordPress 2024, and some other themes have this kind of setup. I want to make sure that I'm just gonna see if this works. Now I'm doing like a full site editing tutorial too. I don't think courses can have a drop down with how this is structured. Navigation. That's annoying. Okay, let's see if I can get what menu was I working on? Appearance menus. This menu is called course menu. Okay. So where is course menu? Import classic menus. I want to import the course menu.
Course menu says it's in draft on that. Never mind.
I think there might be like another draft menu on here. I don't know. The menu editing is a little complicated, but let's reload. So we have in-person, online, and virtual. We have these all available so we can see our categories individually. Another use case for categories that you might want to do is have a page that has all of your categories listed in one place. And so if we wanted to do that, we would, as an example, I'll go to Pages, Add New, and say new course catalog. And so my recommendation is to use a Cadence Blocks, which is a free plugin that gives you access to more blocks, like a tabs block. This is not in WordPress out of the box, but it's free on the plugins Add New area. You can find Cadence Blocks. I really like this one because it allows me to put content inside of each of my blocks. So I can go to courses. I want to add courses to this tab, but I only want to include courses that are in a certain category. So this is going to be the in-person. And so we can label this tab in-person. And then I had virtual live. And then I had online passive. Perfect. So the virtual live category would also have a courses block in it, and this would be the virtual live category. And then online passive would have a courses block in it, and then that would be the online passive course category. And so now I can publish my page and give it a second to save, view the page, and then I could add this page to my menu if I'd rather do a setup like this, where I have tabs where you can navigate between my categories, or you could do it in this drop-down fashion. A few different ways you could approach categories and a few different types of categories you could set up for your online course site. A lot of use cases you could go here, but this is sort of a simple use case for LifterLMS course catalogs. So I'll pass it back to you, Kurt. What do you think of the category feature in Lifter?
Well, it's just another, example of the flexibility and the ownership that comes in WordPress, and of course a WordPress site powered with LifterLMS, because what you just showed there was like a super quick example of, okay, you want category pages, here you go. You want category sections, I'll show you how to put it in these tabs. But what people might not intuitively process is, wait a minute, we just made a custom course page, and now we can add content above, below, whatever around those tabs. You could have marketing content, sales content, a lead magnet there. You could have a subscribe to my newsletter there. You could do anything on that page with those Cadence tabs. And so there's all kinds of ways to really optimize and stretch out this use case that we just showed you, super quickly in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, totally. Okay. Dude, I think that is like, I think that kind of rounds it all up. Folks, stay tuned and follow us as we do this every Tuesday for Feature Friday. And next week, I forgot the subject next week.
Let me see. I could probably find it real quick. I didn't even look. Let me see. Here it is. So we're looking at next week is add multiple instructors to a course.
Perfect. That sounds great. Folks, we'll see you on our next Feature Friday next Tuesday.